So I've been thinking for a while to do an episode where I don't want to say expose because maybe there's some things that they're saying that are of use to people, and I get that. But I mean, only out of concern because I know Amani. These are some people that Amani had me listen to. I guess she wanted me to view them through my lens. I'm not like the world's leading metaphysical expert, but in terms of alchemy and self transformation, I'm pretty good at that. And so I believe the people that we're speaking about in this video are at least two of them. There might be more than that, but at least two of them are one a lady called Fleur Burn. I think that's her name, and I didn't know anything about her until Monty mentioned her. But anyway, so I checked her out, and this is one thing that she said that in one of her videos. It was dedicated to this topic about Moors or tall black men or tall black Moors being essentially the beings that trap the souls of humanity in the earth realm, and that we are the wizards behind the curtain. She says that, meaning that essentially tall black men are the fucking devil. She's essentially what she's trying to say here. So I'll let the clip play. This is a short clip. You can check her out on YouTube. The video is called "Saturnians, Tall Blacks: The Wizards Behind the Curtain." So you can check that on your own, and do your own research. And I'm not want to bash this lady, but I mean, yeah.
Gentleman, Norman Bergram, who wrote the book Ringmakers of Saturn, he accounted for these beings that he personally visually saw. And what he saw, the being that he saw coming off of a craft, was one of the Ringmakers of Saturn. And they were tall, black. This is the way he said it, black. Male, with a turban on his head, which is what we know to be the Moors. So tonight on Aquarius Rising, I'm going to get on this. This is something that, again, is being sponsored by our wonderful sea stars, the Andromedan sea stars. And again, this information is allotted to come out through myself, and I'm sure others will speak about it probably after the fact. And not that I'm that special, but this information is something that is disturbing. The top tier of the people are worshiping them, including the Orthodox Jews. The Jewish community has always worshipped Saturn. The black cube that they wear in prayer when they're observing their Jewish holidays, and also the black cube is all over on every ley line of our planet. Many other cultures have worshipped the black cube, which is, like I say, it's very reminiscent of what the Jewish people, especially the Orthodox rabbis, wear on their third eye when they're doing their worship and things like that. The worshiping of Saturn, a Saturday, is why you celebrate in Jewish culture, in Jewish religion. Shabbat Shalom is on, Shabbat is usually observed on Saturn Day. And Saturn is also worshipped by the Saturn, the Saturn energies is also worshipped by the Luciferians and the Satanists. It's all under the same umbrella. Saturn has always been the Saturnians, the tall blacks, and they're males, and they're Moors. The original Moors are the Saturnians, and they've always been the wizards behind the curtains. And also that's why a lot of the things go down here, because those black tall beings, and generally I don't like to use the word black, but for layman's terms, because as you know, we've discussed this on Aquarius Rising, 13 lac is what the word black is. That's why anything associated with black is always going to pull in that negative frequency. So I try not to use it, but for layman terms, for this video, I will. Oh, did you hear that? Oh, I was hear the wildest things. I'm still going to continue the video. But anyway, So 13, so these big, tall, black Moorish beings are the ones responsible for everything energetically that's going on in the matrix. They are actually feeding off of the energetic lower field, and they are responsible for the recycling of souls that go through, that when most people are going through to reincarnate, they go through the dark side of the moon.
You know, she seems like she's a person that unfortunately she knows a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and she's piecing shit together. I'm hoping that's the cause. I'm hoping she's not just demonically possessed and is working against us. You know, working against our people, as that's what demons do. They put shit into your fucking mind, put shit into your ear, and they have agendas. So let's get this straight. She's saying that Jews, right? Or she's trying to convince people that Jews, which if you didn't know, they had a big hand in the slave trade. And if you didn't know that a lot of black people in America are Moors. I'm 6'4" myself, and I would consider myself Moorish because I am Moorish. I'm of Moorish descent. So I am a tall Moor, or tall black Moor, whatever she wants to say. I am that, literally. So I'm like, what the fuck is she trying to do here? What is she trying? Is this like, is this like divide and conquer? Or is this like, this new witchy feminism type shit against black men? But even if you were trying to do that, why that wouldn't make any sense, because you would be saying that Jews who helped enslave us would then be worshiping the people that they enslaved. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. They're not worshiping us. What they're worshiping is the original creators of this world, which is not us. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm trying not to assume the worst here, but I mean, either she's taken over demonically, or she is just really misinformed. But either way, like, that's a pretty bold statement to say when you have a following. If one thing, let me find out how many followers this girl has. Hold on. Yeah, this lady, she's a black woman, apparently a short black woman, has 36,000 followers on YouTube, listening to shit like this. Now, I don't think Amani, knew about that. I'm sure she says some decent shit on there, but realistically, like, there is a culture of women on YouTube that are talking about the occult that don't really have a fucking clue they're talking about, and they're misleading people. And unfortunately, we don't really have, this ain't ancient Egypt. We don't have no damn hierarchical priesthood to say, listen to this, listen to that. So I just figured I'd just come out and just like kind of just put people on notice that there are some people out there that are, I'm not saying they're demonically possessed, even though maybe they are. All I'm saying is that they're saying some shit that they probably don't know what the hell they're talking about. And generally speaking, confusion doesn't benefit those of a true nature. It benefits those who want to keep people confused and led astray. So that's flare burn for you. Now, moving on to our next witch in question. This sister's name is, I use the term sister lightly, but her name is Ashura, Star Goddess, I believe it is. And now she says she's not a witch. This is a video of her. She says I'm not a witch. She says I'm an alchemist, or a spiritual alchemist, or something like that. But really, what alchemy is the perfection of the soul, right? And truthfully, the story of Christ in the Bible is the greatest alchemical story ever written. Christ is the example of the greatest empath and the greatest alchemist, right? So really, alchemy is about love. And what separates alchemy and an alchemist from, someone that practices witchcraft or conjuring, is basically you're looking outside of yourself to bring spirits that are disembodied into you to gain power through them, right? So you are essentially their slave, right? And you're getting a quick power fix from them. On the other hand, an alchemist does work to free spirits from the world, or souls from the world, right? And he doesn't look outside of himself for power, because he cultivates that power from within through self-sacrifice for others. So it's a completely different It's a completely different school of thought. So I mean, you can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, but at the end of the day, if you're taking God out of it, then it's pagan, in its in its approach, because it's materialistic, and essentially, you don't really need to use magic, quote unquote, when you're really just striving to be more like a white girl, essentially, because realistically. Correct me if I'm wrong, but couldn't you just go fuck some old white guy and have that? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, is there a deeper level to this than just having the same shit white people have? You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know. I mean, at what point does your ego play into your alchemy? Is what I'm trying to say. So, but I'll let you listen to a clip of her. This is her. I guess, and her two daughters, which are very young. They look like they're essentially toddlers. She has them, on the floor with her in front of a Ouija board, about to do some type of seance and try and capture the voices of ghosts or some shit on some kind of recording device. I mean, I even if you were going to do some Ouija board type shit, I mean, would you really want to bring your toddlers into that? Is that, I don't know, that doesn't seem smart to me. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a mother, so but that to me, I don't think a toddler is really going to be able to understand the occult world yet at that young age. So she's doing this on YouTube, to get views, I guess. I don't know why else she would do it or whatever. But here's a clip of that.
Hi guys, it's us. It's me, Ashura Stargada, and we're going to be doing a spirit board, Ouija board session today. I have Layla and Sasha. Say hello.
I'm Layla. Hello. I'm wearing a onesie underneath.
Say hi, Layla.
Hello, it's me.
So this is the spirit board I made a couple of years ago. So whatever is in the circle cannot leave the circle. Okay? Got it?
Got it.
So, who do we want to contact? Just any random person?
Yes, a random.
A good person.
Whoever turn off the computer, yes.
Okay, so our computer turned off earlier today, and we were watching a ghost video or a Ouija board video, and our computer just totally turned off. And my computer is new, so it shouldn't even do that. And it just did. Our power, electricity, everything was still on. Just the computer by itself started powering off. So now we're just going to ask the question. Layla, are you going to do this with me? You and Sasha? Okay, come closer. Let's put the candles closer to give the board energy.
Okay, what's me? Okay.
Okay, come on. Hey, Layla, come on. Sasha, you try it.
What's your name?
Gosh. Okay, recording again. Y'all got y'all's protection on?
Yes, we still have
Okay. Are y'all scared? Don't be scared.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
The camera stopped working. Let's see if it comes back on.
It's the ghost camera showing.
Okay, see, now it's working, you guys. You see that? It's working now.
Wait, the ghost is camera shy.
The ghost, maybe, I don't know. I'm just going to turn it off. It turned off the computer earlier. It turned off the camera. Maybe it wanted to communicate, and it got our attention by turning off the computer so we can get this stuff going. What do y'all think? So this is y'all's first time working with the Ouija board. What do y'all think? Think it's real?
I think it.
Well, with the ghost app, because the Ouija board really was just a conduit. This and the candles and the spirit communication.
I've played like a spirit game before. It's called Charlie Challenge. The Pencil Challenge.
How do you feel about it, Sash?
It's weird.
Do you believe it?
So, sounds like good, wholesome family fun, right? Now this lady, Ashura Star Goddess, has over 66,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. And if you go to the comment section on that video, I believe it's called, let's see here, a Ouija Spirit Board and Ghost Radio App Session. She's got all these white girls on there. It's mainly women on her channel. I don't know why women like being deceived so much and so readily, but all these white girls on her damn comment section saying, "Oh, your kids are so cute." Like, word? That's what about your kid's safety? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, these kids are at the age where they learn how to tie their shoes. They can barely tie their shoes. How do you expect them to discern good from evil? In the spirit realm. You know what I'm trying to say? That's it's just like there's a certain little cutesy approach to this shit that's really, I don't think benefits. I really think it benefits demons and those who might be in control of her more so than her children or the general populace. So, in this world, you have to learn discernment. So I mean, I'm not now. I love Amani, and Amani's listened to her channel. I'm not, maybe Amani didn't listen to this video. Maybe Amani probably just listened to certain videos. But I'm just saying, if I speak to, Amani's been my co-host in this show for the last year or so. So it's like, I figured, if Amani can listen to this lady, I figured almost anybody can listen to this lady. And I've seen other black women that listen to her. So I was like, you know what? Let me speak on these, at least a couple people, just out of concern, But anyway, so I'm gonna hop back into me and Amani's conversation about this topic, but we're not specifically speaking about this Ashura lady here. We're just kind of speaking about, I forget whom, but we kind of touch on her, but. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I also give some suggestions about maybe some other females that are in the metaphysical and occult world that are putting out some pretty good information, because what I realized from speaking to Amani is that women like to hear other women's perspectives on things of this nature, and I understand that. Hopefully, if you guys know any females or women that speak on topics of metaphysical and occult information that are of pure heart, and don't take God out of it, put them in the comment section below. Post some people that you think are pretty good female metaphysicians and things like that you trying to convey a positive message in terms of raising themselves to reach their full potential, who are not sacrificing their souls or the souls of others in the process. So, enjoy the show. For questions, comments, and to show your support, visit us on the web at afroempath.com. Those demons get off when these women that they've turned out begin to basically just become horse for them. You know what I'm saying? So they don't realize she went out. That's the reason why she don't talk about God. Right? Because she don't realize she's under a demonic spell. So what demons feed off of is two things. Well, a couple things, but the main thing they feed off is, number one, the ego, right? Mm-hmm. So you notice with her, you can feel her ego, right? Mm-hmm. And then number two, they feed off of your worship and your sacrifice. And I mean sacrifice. I mean like animal sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could be human sacrifice if you're on that level, but I mean that's not, most black people are not on that level. That's for white people. You know what I'm saying? White people do that shit to us. But black people will sacrifice. I see all the time. Black people will sacrifice animals to their gods, whatever. And that's how they're being fed. These demonic entities. You know what I'm trying to say? You see it happening all the time, right?
Yeah.
So they're disembodied spirits or maybe thought forms that were fed over time, that the only way that they stay alive, that they stay afloat, is through people that sell out to them to get quick power. You know what I'm trying to say? But they're not cultivating their souls. And that's the difference between, a metaphysician that is centered in God and a metaphysician that's centered in fucking demons. She can never acknowledge God in her life. She can never acknowledge the power of love, so that's, but the thing is, she's out here demonically possessed, looking for other people to join on to her cause. Does that make sense? Like, I don't have to,
she is.
I don't have to get on YouTube and, with my shirt off. You know what I'm trying to say? When you do that, I mean, she could easily say the same thing she's saying now and not have her titties out. You know what I'm saying? And I would listen. To be honest, with her titties out, it makes me think like, okay, there's something maybe wrong with you, you know, mentally. You know, this is not some shit. You know, this is not a private conversation you're having with your boyfriend or some shit. You know, every motherfucker on YouTube can see your fucking fucked up ass looking titties. So the point is that this is she's out here trying to recruit. You know, this is the thing. Now when I listen to her, I can feel it. She has demonic codes and she wants people to join onto her shit, to her cause. And she's talking about patriarchy. You know, that's the whole LGBT patriarchy, you know, white supremacist demonic agenda. You know, I could just that whole energy of when people say male patriarchy and things like that. You know, that energy see, Bobby Hemmett talked about it. He talked about half-hearted spirituality. You know, and a lot of people out here are appeasing. You can tell that they're appeasing their God when they beat around the bush. They can never just directly speak out against white people. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, they don't.
Exactly. So when you're afraid to speak out against white people, then who the fuck are you appeasing now? So yeah, this is what they want. They want black people to think that they're gonna find culture. They're gonna find freedom through cultural freedom and vagina power, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't want to talk about ever getting out of this fucking world because the world's their home. That's pretty much it. So that's why you know a lot of times you'll send me these sisters and I weed them out. I'm not sure why the fuck you're not weeding them out yourself, but you know you should be. Hopefully you understand what the fuck I'm talking about now, that they are themselves.
Remember, I didn't see this girl's.
You didn't have to see it. This is one bitch. What about that last girl you sent me? That bitch talking about you need to use sex to keep a man.
No, I sent you that girl for fun.
Yeah, but
honestly,
you still subscribe to the bitch.
I knew she was gonna piss you off.
Yeah, well, why?
I have 2 channels, right?
Well, listen. Let me ask you this though. Why send people to piss me off though?
Not to piss you off. Okay, I said the wrong words. I told you already that what she said was gonna piss you off, and I said I wanted you to hear it so that.
Okay, well, shit. Listen, Amani. Listen. When you speak,
I'm not gonna send you anymore.
That's fine. Listen, I'm saying when you're speaking to maybe one of the most advanced human beings on the planet Earth. Yeah. You could ask me anything under the sun, right? And I'd hopefully answer you. Correct? Mm-hmm. Have you ever considered that you're sending me these videos so we can avoid going inward and dealing with your own things?
You think that's what it is?
Well, it's just wasting time, basically.
It is a waste of time, but these are some people that sometimes I don't sit there and watch every single video she puts out.
Yeah, I hear you saying, but I mean,
I've learned some things from, like, not learned, but there's some things that she talks about that I actually like. Because remember, I'm a woman, right?
Yes, I realize that.
I like
female perspectives.
A woman's perspective. Yeah, perspective. I like to hear that. So I have her and I have Flurburn. Flurburn. There are only 2 women that I listen to. I can't find any other women that speak.
I can show you one that speaks. That's some good shit.
Who, that Blue? Mrs. Blue?
Fuck no. She's not as dumb as the rest of these bitches are, but she's got her own fucking issues. Hold on. I'll send you one. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'll
send you some decent sisters to listen to. Number one, Dr. Jewel Prochman's pretty decent.
I listen to her too. I forgot to mention.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's not a dumb bitch. You know what I'm saying?
No, she's not. Like, she's a grown woman. And
she's a grown woman, and exactly. That's exactly it. And she's actually intelligent. Most of these bitches are highly emotional and don't have any goddamn facts. You know what I'm saying?
But didn't I tell you the other night I was listening to her podcast?
You did, exactly. I know you did. But still.
I do listen to that stuff. I like deep stuff like that.
I'm not. Yeah, good. But I'm saying. But here's the thing: that Dr. Joe Popin says shit as it is, and the thing is, most of these women that are out here on YouTube, they don't say anything against women.
Some do. Well, yeah, some of them do. Like Ashura does. Ashura will say she doesn't care. The same girl that you don't like, the girl there, light-skinned girl.
That bitch is saying you need
which one?
That dumb. Okay, all right. So anyway, all right. So, but
she will say stuff.
Listen to what Dr. Joe. Listen to what Dr. Joe Popin says about the root cause between the conflict of the black man and the black woman. You tell me if you agree with this. All right, I'll play it for you. Hold on. Mute your mic for a second so you don't hear yourself.
hear myself.
You gotta mute yourself. You gotta mute your mic, my dear.
This was not how things were created. And in our genes, the truth is known, but it requires you to take some time and to do some cleansing to bring that forth. So therefore, by the time we know the anatomy of self, we have redefined our relationship with time, we have been willing to move on purpose, then guess what? We get the magic of now being able to have true relationships. And these things are critical because this situation I talked to you about in America, where so many black men do not feel supported by black women because of the black woman's fear and inadequacy about trusting herself and believing in the seed that comes out of her uterus. You see, you have to understand that it says really something about a black woman who would give birth to a male child and then not believe that that male child could support her and be a companion to her at the level that she would like, or that his ideas would fail. Because that says a lot about what she really thinks about herself, even though most women who claim that rather that their mates work for white people, they don't have any clue of what they're saying, but it's one of the highest, most intense and painful insults you can give a person, which is why it drives many of these black men to marry white women. Okay, and so we're always concerned about why there's so much interracial marriages, etc. But if you yourself have low self-esteem or doubts about your own capabilities to perform from your own creativity, etc., and there's another person who is not willing to concede that and is determined that they're going to succeed in exhibiting their gifts and talents to the best of their capacities, they will attach themselves to someone who will support that. They may not have anything else in common, which is the case, but if that person is willing to say, I believe that, you can be the president and I'm going to help you do that, a person who is 100% devoted to self will say, okay, let's go for it. Because there's also such an intense belief in sacrifice. So that means if I have to sacrifice not being able to be associated with my own woman so that I can at least be true to myself, then they think that that's what they have to do. Though sacrifice is never the issue, and I really want you to get this, because the universe that we are a part of and the creator that we've come from has such an enormous abundance that we can never count and never know how much is available to us. So therefore, the key is not about sacrifice, but about believing that one doesn't have to go without, and being able to go within to find out what is really being asked of you to draw the support in the way that you want it to. That's very, very important. We have to understand that. That's why it's never a real cosmic reason to ever go against and attempt to mate with something else. There's no reason for that. Okay, and no other animal will accept that. Okay, so you will not ever see the raccoons trying to mate with the birds and, that kind of thing, because they know innately that that is never ever necessary. Even if it's only two of them on the planet, they know some way, somehow, that they're going to be put together. Even if the white folks go and find them and put them together and keep them in the zoo, they know they're going to be together. Do you understand that? And it's real important that you never feel that you have to forsake yourself to actualize your dreams. It's never necessary. Never, never, never. So, therefore, there's a healing that has to occur, especially in the heart of the African woman, and also this mistrust and doubt that the black man has incurred about in the future not having been feeling supported by literally his own mother, because that's really what the relationship boils down to. Because recognizing that this is your mother who's literally given birth to you, per se, and then does not even believe in you is a really big, tremendous insult. Okay, so the woman has to really clean this uterus up and recognize that whatever she gives birth to, it has the capacity to be able to be ruler of not only planet Earth, but the entire galaxy, the cosmos, whatever she can envision. That is what comes out of your womb is capable of being. And once we can start literally digesting these quality of thoughts, then that's when we will have crossed over to the other side, because really building a bridge in a male-female relationship is really no more than actually building a bridge to come back to yourself.
What do you think about that? You're still muted. You're still muted, my dear.
I've been listening to her for years,
Yeah.
and so I like her point of view. I wish there was more. That's why I was searching for her recently, and I found her on Blog Talk. That's good, so I can get back to her because
It is true.
I like her.
Yeah, it's true. Me as a black man, I gotta tell you right now, my own mother never, ever, ever supported me being pro-black. Never supported me, being conscious. Never supported me being revolutionary, rebellious. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Christ, in her mind, is a white guy. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Now the story of Christ is the story of initially as a rebel, correct?
Mm-hmm.
A rebel to free his people. Now my own mother could never see me as that. She saw me as the nigger, the ingrate. You know what I'm saying? She actually called me an ingrate, ungrateful. When you know what I'm saying? When I try to learn my own history and try to, be some revolutionary. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So yeah, exactly. And my sister called me a nigger and a terrorist. Our women a lot of times they'll support their own the females in that family, but they don't support the men. Because they have a shit relationship with their fathers, or they didn't have a father, right?
Yeah.
So it's a cycle that continues where black men are never supported by their women. Not never, but rarely supported by their women. Because it started with their own mother a lot of times. So my mother never supported me. Really didn't really have any love because she was a single parent to give us. So my brother went out with a white girl, probably thinking the grass is greener, and it is for him, but it's not greener in general. It's not. No. Yeah, it's not greener in general. He just never knew anything better than my mom. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He never knew anything better than my mom. So when you grow up around white people and the black woman that raised you didn't really give you any love, and you're seeing love and affection from white people, then you probably think that black people are just not affectionate by nature. Yeah. And you don't see a lot of affection out here for black people as a period. You know what I'm saying? As a whole. So most people don't go within to find it within themselves in God to be able to give it back. You know what I'm trying to say?
But it goes both ways too, because it's that way for the women too. They're not getting that from their fathers as well. So
correct.
It's not like, I'm not gonna say women are at fault here, because we both have it. We're both struggling with it. We're both looking at the white family as the model of success and love and affection, because they give their kids affection and attention and love. Both of us
they can because they're milking out the benefit of fucking ruling us in our own country.
Yeah, but when you don't know that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So again, I'm trying to be revolutionary here. My mom doesn't know that, nor wants to know. My mom's the kind of woman that does not listen to black people as period. So if there's a black preacher, she'd rather listen to a white person speak than Louis Farrakhan. She'd rather listen to a white guy with a shirt and a collar than listen to me. You know what I'm saying? But that's the point she's making. That's the point she's trying to make, is that black people don't listen to their own people. You know what I'm saying? They don't listen.
I hate that.
They rarely listen to their own leaders, meaning that black people have had the best leaders in the entire universe. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are men. So we've had the best men out of all races of people. They might have been few, but they were still there. It doesn't require fucking, a country doesn't require that many goddamn good men to be taught properly and led into the future. So if you listen to the Marcus Garveys and the Noah Drewees and the Elijah Muhammad's, the Malcolm X's, etc., so we would have been better off. But again, when you see that, oh well, if I do this, the white people, my God, the white man is gonna treat me bad. You know what I'm saying? Then you're not willing to do the sacrifice needed to ever rise above them. So, it's pretty much it. But for me, it's like, ultimately, I had to learn to love myself regardless of my mother, because I understood that my mother had a shit relationship with her father. And so she didn't, and she was a single parent. Partly she was a single parent.
You have to be the grown one in all
Yeah,
of this.
exactly. I've got to be the one that breaks the cycle. I got to be the one that breaks the cycle. So that's what I'm here for. I'm a cycle breaker, not just for my own family, but my family is a you know, it's playing out what's going on with the larger Black community as a whole. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my role, you know, metaphysically speaking. So, and I'm doing it. I'm doing a very good job of it. But I like how she talked about God. She said the creator. You know what I'm saying? See, God is what makes a man. God is what makes a woman. So if you don't speak about God and when you fucking talk about metaphysical shit, then you're not metaphysical. You're not deep. You're shallow. You know what I'm trying to say? So she again, so I can tell she fucking gets it. You know, and she says shit that challenges Black women. I'm not saying Black men should be challenged because they should, but at the same time, realize that the war is going on and the war is against your men.
She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything that bothers me because I agree with her.
Yeah, she's not being rude. She's not being rude, but she's saying that she's saying the truth that a lot of our women have low self-esteem, and they don't think that anything out of their womb could in terms of a man could ever overcome what this white man has. So you better just, you know, keep your head down, go to school and get a good job under the white man and just be satisfied with that. I'm saying, but it's the same slave mentality that we've carried for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It has to end within our women. They have to learn how to be fighters. You know what I'm saying? They have to learn how to be fighters, not just mothers, but warrioresses. You know what I'm saying? They have to learn that. That's crucial. When you have a mother who's a warrior, you can produce strong Black men. You know what I'm saying? Tupac's mother was a warrior. You know what I'm saying? Or warriors, if you want to say. You know? And you see how he came out. Malcolm X's mother supported his father, who was also a warrior. You know what I'm saying? She was strong herself. She might have had a mental breakdown eventually, but she, you know, that was after they took her children and her father was killed by the Klan. But the point is that she supported a strong Black man who's a man of God. You know what I'm trying to say? I bet you Malcolm X's father wouldn't be in support of this LGBTQ shit. You know?
Oh, that would make him pass out.
I bet you Malcolm X's father wouldn't be fucking cheesing over the goddamn royal wedding. You know what I'm trying to say? In some interracial shit. So the point is that to be strong in this, to be a strong Black man or woman in society nowadays there's less and less of us. But at the same time, here's, as a metaphysician, what you have to understand is that energy never dies, right? So as evil happens, good also happens. So as these people let go of the love of God within their heart and God's righteousness within their heart and in their being, it has to go somewhere. So it's going into the few of us. The Bible calls us the elect, you know? So that's why I'm becoming part of the reason I'm becoming more powerful is because everybody's giving it up so easily. Now, they don't have to, right? But they've chose to be weak and they've chose to be worldly. And they're going to get their pleasure. They won't experience the pain. I'll experience the pain, but beyond the pain, you know, there is wisdom and there is power that lies in that. So
yeah,